Um, our form has disappeared. Hello and welcome back to episode 13 of our Non-League to Legends series, where we attempt to go from non-league football to winning the Champions League. We're back here with Bath City. We've got two matches coming up in this episode for you. Our first one against Halifax in the league, and then we've got a second match against Eastbourne Borough in the FA Trophy quarter-final. As we can see over here on the left, if we're looking at the league table, we're now outside of the playoff zones. We are in 8th place and we're 3 points behind Southend in 7th place. We haven't won in 5. We haven't had one win in the last 5 matches. The last matches we would have seen on the channel were the matches against Bromley and Yeovil. Obviously, we lost both of those. And then we went on a bit of a run. We looked like we were doing all right. We had this match against Merthyr, in the FA Trophy 4th round, beat them 3-0. That seemed to push us back into some decent form. We had wins against Torquay, against Woking and against Wealdstone, but since then it's kind of gone wrong. We had a draw against Eastleigh. We did win against Flyde there in the 5th round of the FA Trophy, but in the league, as we can see, in the last 5 matches in the league, from a possible 15 points, we have got 3. We're lucky to still be where we are in the league, to be honest, at this point. This match here against Southend was a big loss because that is the difference of the 3 points between us as well. We've just also drawn against Port Vale, which is a bit better. And we really dramatically need to turn this form round. If you consider at the start of the season, we weren't winning constantly, but we were a bit more consistent than we are currently. So we need to go back and try and get that form very quickly. We're going to go and try and do that against Halifax, and hopefully we need to get something out of this game. We have slightly changed the tactic and tweaked it a bit for some individual instructions. We're hitting early crosses just to try and get balls into the box for our strikers to put away. We've brought up our defensive line so it's slightly higher because we're conceding so many goals from outside the box. We're telling the lads to get stuck in as well because I just don't feel like we're getting into those players that are attacking our goal early enough. This is the team we are using for our match against Halifax. We've got Scott in goal, a back four of Taylor, Mundell Smith, Okocha and Richards, Mr. Talent and Owens in midfield, Taraj out on the left, Hilton out on the right and Fletcher and Cook up front. I don't think it was in the last episode. I'm pretty sure it happened after that. If we have a look, we have got some people on trial, ignoring them. Augustus McGiff is injured. He's going to be injured for about another 3 weeks. He got an injury and was going to be out for 5 to 6 weeks. So not ideal because it does mean we are losing one of our main strikers. Cook is completely off the boil. He's barely scored this season. He's definitely someone that probably needs to be going at the end of the season. I'll try and show you in between episodes as well what our contracts are looking like for this team at the moment, just to give you a bit of awareness of how we're looking for this next season going forward if we don't get promoted, or even if we do, to be honest. At the moment we're plagued by mostly fitness issues. We are rotating, but the rotation that we are doing not quite enough to manage us to play with a full strength side when we need to. But I guess that is part of playing in this sort of league. The matches come very thick, very fast. There is a lot of them in a season. As always though guys, if you do enjoy the content today, it'd be very much appreciated if you could drop a like down below. Just hit that little thumbs up button. It helps support the channel. It'd be really appreciated. But now we need to keep a very close eye on the match stats. Not only have we not been scoring goals in the last few matches, but we've not been dominating possession like we normally do. Okocha here almost giving us a great start to this game, but can't head that one home. Before this, obviously we did see the problem we had was dominating possession and not putting the chances away. In the last few matches, that's not really been the problem. The problem's been not dominating possession and then not putting away chances either, and mostly just not really making enough chances for us to put away. Like I said, players like Cook, who is on the ball now running up the right hand side, not really firing this season. I think that is a combo of just some poor form and not really being of a good enough quality for this league. Hopefully, Taraj here into Hilton. It's another header, and it's another header that's gone wide, and we aren't really making enough of those crosses either. But hopefully, as the match goes on, we can do a bit better with those ones. We've not yet had a shot on target of the 3 that we've attempted. Possession is definitely looking a lot better in this match, though. And that goal kick is, I was about to say, let us straight back in, but then that's an awful pass there that just gifting the ball back to Halifax. Big ball forward from their goalkeeper for Mundell Smith to get onto. Pass it over to Taylor now, and it's back to Mundell Smith. A very strange pass there to Mr. Talent. I do wonder sometimes what my players are thinking. Taraj here. Taraj goes past his first man, tries to hold up the ball. It's been cut back to Taylor, and hopefully we can just work this one into the box nicely. Fletcher now over to Cook to Hilton. Hilton rifling that one into the top corner. That's a good goal. That's exactly what we do need in this match. And now we just need to keep that momentum going forward. It's a very slow bit of build-up play here, really, but it has worked out nicely. Taylor to Cook. Cook just cutting that one in front of Hilton for him to manage to get in between the 2 defenders. And like I said, rifling that one into the top left-hand corner. Good goal. That's exactly what we need, and we need to see more of that this match. I think what I am going to do, because I've played with this for a few matches now, is just get rid of that get stuck in instruction, because we do seem to be getting a lot of cards, and I don't particularly want us to go a man down when we have finally gone 1-0 up in a match. That's going to be half time for now, though. We are better on XG, although it's not fantastic, 0.53 for the first half, but it's a bit more encouraging than our last 5 matches in the league have been. So I am happy with this start. We can see as well, though, here's the problem. Southend don't appear to be playing. They've still got a game in hand, but unless we score a couple of goals here, even if they were to lose, they're still going to be above us on goal difference. So we're going to have to go on a really good run of form towards the end of the season here to be able to get ourselves back into those playoff positions. We've got a few players here looking pretty tired as well. I think we can bring on Elliot Freer there. We're going to bring him on instead of Ronaldo Taraj. And then we probably should make another substitution as well. Let's bring on Tommy Conray and bring him on for Fletcher, put him up front. I think our loan signings as well, our scouts haven't really found the right ones. The loan signings we have got in, although we're not paying their wages, the likes of Conway haven't really helped the team that much. The only real one that's been of any massive help has been Alici out on the left back position. We are coming up to the 80th minute here. We can kind of see as well that Halifax do seem to be slowly coming back into the game, which we really don't want. We're just going to demand that the team focus for the last couple of minutes of this match. It's a goal kick for them. Big ball forward again. Okocho's got his head to it. Out to Richards now. Alici holding up the ball there. And if we can just keep hold of this for the rest of this match, that would be fantastic. Mundell Smith back to Scott. Scott with just a ridiculously big ball forward. Cook has got his head to it though. Conray taking a shot from range, but it is blocked. Freer's managed to latch onto it, and Freer is brought down in the area. Penalty awarded by the referee here. This is a chance for us to go 2-0 up with very short amount of time remaining, and it could be finally 3 points on the board. Cook here. Oh, I thought the keeper was going to get to that one. Cook breaking his duck for the last goodness knows how many matches. I think he's played a ridiculous amount of football without a goal. But he has managed to put this one away, albeit a bit of luck involved there, because I think if the keeper had just gone a little bit lower, obviously saving that one. But we are going to wrap up a 2-0 win against Halifax here. 3 points on the board. We can't complain about that too much. Outstretch your arms. Tell the team it was a good win for us, and it is a good win for us as well. Points on the board at this stage, super important. And it does mean on alphabetical order, we sneak into the playoff positions above Southend. Let's go see if we can keep our FA trophy run alive in the next match. So before we go into the match against Eastbourne Borough, this is the contract situation I was referring to earlier and the difficulties with that. We have currently offered Harry Clark a new contract and Charlie Owens has just signed one. But as it stands, at the end of this season, we've only got 5 players that are highlighted at the bottom remaining at the club. Every other player is out of contract at the end of the season. Now, some of them aren't good enough and we probably will be letting them go. Others I would like to keep at the club. We already know Augustus McGiff has already signed a transfer agreement with Sacramento. Other ones, like I said, I'd like to keep. But right now, we're over the wage budget. We don't know exactly what's happening with the team. Lots of players are wanting to leave. Okocha's wanted by Gillingham. Clark's wanted by 4 teams. Tom Smith in goal is also wanted by a couple of teams. Jordan Richards also wanted. Alan or maybe Steve wanted by 3 or 4 teams. Cody Cook wanted by teams. Alici wanted by teams. But admittedly, he's not a player that we actually own yet. Although apparently his contract ends at the end of the season. So he might be someone to keep an eye on. As someone maybe we'd like to sign if we could get him to the club. But right now, we are not going to have a lot of players ready for next season. So it's something we need to keep an eye on as soon as we kind of know where we're going to be next season and what our budgets are. We can start re-offering contracts. At the moment, no one's come in for these players, so we're okay, but it is a bit worrying. This is the team we're going to go with, though, for the match against Eastbourne. We've got Scott remaining in goal, Alici, Alan or maybe Steve, Mundell, Smith and Richards making up our back 4, McLeod and Clark in midfield, Freer out on the left, Fletcher on the right, and Cook and Lamar Reynolds up front, which is a bit of a bold shout, but no one else is really firing up there, so it's time to, I guess, rotate a bit and just see if we can get anyone scoring some goals in those positions. No one is really scoring enough for my liking and making a difference when we're putting them up front, which kind of negates the whole point of having 2 strikers. The whole point in my mind of having the 2 strikers is to have double the amount of goal threat up there. If we're not going to be scoring goals, then we may as well sacrifice one of them and put somebody else up there instead. We are looking like we're making a good start here though. 4 shots so far in the first sort of 10 minutes. None for Eastbourne. They are in the league below us as well, so it should be opposition that we are beating. Hasn't always worked out that way this season though. I'm also keeping a close eye on the Vanarama national results in that box. We can see Southend are playing currently, so definitely a result we want to be keeping an eye on. We got to hope, I guess, for a little bit of favour from the FM gods and hope that Southend drop some points here to let us into those playoff positions. Cook here with a big ball forward though to Fletcher out on the right. First time into Reynolds. Reynolds has scored, although is it going to be called back for offside? It has been disallowed by the referee, which is a shame because that was a great first time ball from Fletcher into the box for Reynolds to put away. I guess even though it is offside, at least we saw him put it in the back of the net, which is more than my strikers have been doing in recent games. And definitely here we are the better team. If we keep up like this, second half, it might even be worth going attacking just to put a bit of battering on Eastbourne and hopefully bring up the team morale a little bit, get us back to winning ways. Obviously, we did just win the match against Halifax, but that is one amongst many of the matches we've played recently, and it's the first one where we have actually won comfortably for a while. Coming up to the end of the first half though, and we still haven't scored a goal. It's a corner for Eastbourne here as well. Marshall to put it in. He's put it in. Clark, I think that was, who cleared it, and they almost curled that one into the top corner as well. It is dangerous. They've suddenly had 3 or 4 shots there in the space of 5 or 6 minutes, which is not an ideal end to the first half really, and we're going to demand more from the team in this second half, and hopefully we can get a goal here quickly so we aren't letting this dominance go to waste. There's a man there in the background doing star jumps right by the... I thought it was going to be a throw in. It is a free kick. Alan or maybe Steve almost knocking that one in at the far post. It would have been a lovely little tapping off of that free kick. Not to be though. Hasn't managed that one. It's a goal kick for us. Scott just distributing that short to Mundle-Smith, out wide to Richards, forward now to Fletcher, cutting that back into Cook, over to Reynolds, back out wide to Elliot Freer. Freer in on goal, and he slotted that one in nicely under the goalkeeper. That was a lovely, lovely bit of build-up play all the way back from the goalkeeper forward. Fletcher, like I said, they just pulled that one across to Cook. We've completely changed from one wing to the other in 3 passes. Freer bearing down on goal, slots that one under the Eastbourne goalkeeper, cool as a cucumber, no pressure. It's his 4th goal of the season. Definitely not been as effective in this league as he was in the Vanarama South last season, but still an important player to call upon when we do need him. Our cross there has been cleared by Eastbourne. McLeod with a ambitious shot from range. Would have been lovely if it had come off. As it stands, it didn't, and we do have some players here looking quite tired. Alan or maybe Steve probably needs to come off, so we'll bring on Richard Taylor. To be honest, Richards could do with coming off as well, but I haven't really got anyone to replace him at the moment, so we'll just leave that as it is. It's a throw in for us. Alici here to take out to Elliot Freer. Freer trying to put that one for Reynolds to run onto, but it hasn't come off. He's managed to get hold of the ball again though. Can he get to the byline here, make a cross? He can't, but he does cut it back into Alici. It's a 1-2 with Elliot Freer there, and it's cannoned off the post. Again, would have been a lovely goal. It was a nice bit of build-up play, but hasn't ended in an extra goal for us this half, which is unfortunate. Fletcher's looking pretty tired as well. He has been playing well. We'll bring on Tommy Conray. Let's bring Reynolds back into that position and put Conray up front to make that Fletcher substitution. Is a corner for Eastbourne here. I don't like seeing highlights our end. That was very, very close to crossing the line. Just absolutely booted clear there by our defence. Best way to it. Yeet it into Rosehead. Mundle-Smith with a throw in here. Conray hasn't really challenged for it. We somehow got hold of that one. Alici with a shot from range as well, hitting the crossbar there. We are attempting to get that second goal, but it's the thing again, 16-17 now shots against opposition at this level. We should be winning by more than 2 goals comfortably here. We're going to bring on Kevin Owens just to replace Harry Clark for the last 5 or 6 minutes. And we just need to see these out and come away with a win. And that will put us into the semi-finals of the FA Trophy. And it does look like we are going to manage it. It is full time against Eastbourne. It's a 1-0 win. I mean, it's not the most emphatic win. It's definitely not as big a margin as I would have liked. But equally, it is a win, and it is 2 wins in 2 for this episode. Southend drew their match, so it does now only put us 1 point behind them. We're back out of the playoff positions, but we have caught up with them just a little bit. What are their remaining fixtures coming up for Southend United? They've got Port Vale, who are in the lower half of the table. Halifax we just beat. Hartlepool right down the bottom. Barnet. They've got Ebbsfleet, who are higher up in 4th. Chesterfield, but the rest of their games you'd imagine they should be winning. It doesn't always work like that, but realistically you would think here these were matches that they would be winning, and we probably are going to have our work cut out to catch up with them. We'll give it a good go though. For now though, we're going to go on, play for a few more games, probably come back maybe for the second semi-final leg. We'll see how we're doing in that one after the first leg. Like I said, not too many games left to play now, and we will be wrapping up this second season with Bath City very, very soon. If you have enjoyed today's episode though, it would be very much appreciated if you could drop a like down below the video. Just hit the little thumbs up button. It's always really, really appreciated and really helps out the channel. Until next time though guys, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you over on episode 14. Bye bye.